So I do a lot of coverage of negative things about trans people so that I can sit there and yell at it and feel better about myself. I decided today I'm going to flip that on its head. We're going to go over something positive. Now, I actually did do something positive recently with the dad of that trans girl who was advocating for her to like still be able to play sports. This one is from a person named Yuko X. Being a trans mom is awesome. So I have not watched this yet. I figured it would be fun to go over. Obviously, go subscribe to Yuko X. I don't know much about her, but I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure she's great. She is trans after all, and as we all know, all trans people are fantastic and never do anything wrong ever. So anyway, being a trans mom is awesome. Story time.
And I'm trans. So I have a kid, and I'm trans, which makes me transparent. Oh no, I'm sorry, please.
Stupid.
I started transitioning.
No, right off the rip, it's cringe. Sorry, trans positivity canceled for cringe.
After my kid was born, and I decided I was gonna let her call me mom, dad, whatever really worked for her. And one day, I don't know where she got it from, she called me Great Mom. I mean, it's the best name in the world, dude. It melts my heart literally every single time. I hope she never grows out of it. Now, it goes without saying that just being a parent in general is awesome. That's not exclusive to being trans, but it comes with some cool little benefits. Like, I'm a trans woman, my daughter is a daughter, which means we get a girl out, dude. It's awesome. Her main thing right now is K-pop Demon Hunters, and her and I were singing and dancing to it literally all day, every day. It was so good. Getting to catch up on some girl-oriented movies with my daughter was peak. Like, as a kid, I could watch Kim Possible.
This animation's crazy, I must say.
Totally Spies and totally fly under the radar, but I never got to see things like Barbie. And did you know that Barbie in the Dream House is actually super fire? It has such an infectious, manic energy to it, and I literally can't stop.
No, I'm sorry. I have to cancel it. There's no way. This is blatant propaganda. It's distracting. The animation's a little distracting, but it's over the top. I appreciate the energy.
Laughing when I'm watching it. It's so good. And honestly, now that we're on the topic, we need more seasons because I have questions. Like, will Raquel ever stop being an insufferable bitch? I don't know. I really don't know. And what about Ryan? Will Ryan ever do something and not fuck it up? I don't know.
Stop this instantaneously. I don't know. No.
I really want him to because he's so endearing. But you must never tell my daughter that I like it as much as I do. She must never know. No one can know. As I mentioned earlier, I started transitioning after the bean was born, and that led to me and my partner at the time breaking up. She eventually moved to a very expensive city, one of which I couldn't afford, so I moved as close as I could, but there's still some distance. This meant I lacked experience being a parent, while my kid is super smart. Like, she might actually be a better parent than I am. One of the times that she was visiting, I asked her in the morning, hey, so you want some chips or something? And she looked at me and she was like, great, Mom. You can't offer kids chips in the morning. That's not breakfast. It's absolutely—
Girl, you gotta get your shit together. Offering chips in the morning. What are you talking about? She must— listen, I'm not a parent. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and say she was just very tired and forgot what time of day it was.
Brilliant. Healthy food in the morning is so much smarter than chips. It blew my mind. Now, don't worry. Yes, that morning I did give her a proper breakfast. I just didn't consider that chips at 9 a.m. was weird, but you probably already know I'm incompetent. Like, one time me and my daughter went to an arcade.
Listen, somehow her daughter learned, like, she made sure that her daughter learned that that's not what you do in the morning, so that's fine.
And I brought her back to her mom carrying her kind of wrong. Kind of almost like a luggage, like a bag, like in between my arms. It wasn't a harmful way to carry her. So when her mom called me out for it, it was more just laughing at me, but I looked over to the bean and she just looked up and smiled. Oh, people don't carry you like this?
I mean, it's silly and bad for your back, but beyond that.
Like, she knows I'm incompetent as a parent, but she also knows I'm trying my best, so I kind of lean into it as a joke now. A little bit of backstory is my entire life, I wanted to be a mom. So when I hit high school,
I'm not transphobic, but I'm Vtuber phobic. Hopefully no one learns about what trans people from things like this. What are you talking about? This is fine. Like, it's over the top, it's jumpy, it's excessive, but like, it's fine. I don't know. I don't have a problem with anything so far. Like, she's just talking about little goofs that she's made as a mom. Everybody does that.
Tell people
I feel like this is very normalizing.
I didn't want to be a parent, but that was only because I didn't want to watch someone else go through—
How do you forget what time is for which food? Okay, clearly you are not neurodivergent, and that's okay.
Pregnancy that would have been too painful. And if you're trans masc or trans femme, to some degree, I'm sure this makes sense to you. But I gotta do all the mom things, like be an easel for my daughter. Yeah, she'll just walk up to me with a big old makeup kit and be like, it's time to get to work, great mom. Walking around proud as a little mechanic. It's so adorable. She's got sparkly blues, sparkly pinks, sparkly sparkles, and yeah, maybe maybe she's not the best at makeup, but if walking away looking like a clown that got sneezed on by a unicorn makes her smile, gosh darn it, I'll do it every day. I mean, who cares if my eyeball's getting punctured by eyeliner? Do you see that smile? I can't because I'm temporarily blind, but it is adorable. And you know what? It's an improvement from my makeup. One day, I'm kind of banking on her to get really good so she can teach—
I am, and I know what food is good for you. Okay. Well, listen, we can't all be smart all the time.
me some makeup, if I'm being completely honest. Now, on the outside, I know it looks a little bit lazy, but hear me out for a second. When I was a kid, some of the most impactful bonding moments I've ever had surrounded video games. You see, growing up with gender dysphoria made me bond very well with my mom, but she was pretty busy, and my brother and dad were always guys, so the only center point was video games. In fact, playing video games was probably one of the only times me and my brother would get along. One of the benefits of being trans is the finite amounts of connection that I had showed me how impactful those really were, so that's a priority to me now. And at her age, there's nothing cooler than playing Fortnite obby.
I mean, it's a little sad, but like, it's cool that like, oh, I don't have very many connections, therefore I understand the value of each one of them. I mean, that's nice. That's a nice sentiment.
Obstacle courses for those that don't know. Now, follow along, okay? Because when I'm playing with her, I'm not allowed to get too far ahead. I'm not allowed to get too far behind. Unless, of course, it's a secret race that only started happening when she got very far ahead. But I wasn't allowed to know about it until she wins. If she falls off during an obstacle course, okay?
No, I'm blowing that kid out of the water. No shot. What's so fun? Okay, so we went to visit Katie's cousins, and I brought Super Smash Bros. And I'll be honest, I did go easy on them at first. I just wanted to I wanted them to get the controls down and all that. But at some point, this I forget her name. I'm so bad at names. But Katie's cousin is she's 8 years old. And she was like, I don't want you to hold back on me. I want you to go as hard as you can. No, she's 6 at this point, 6 or 7. And I'm like, okay, sure. So I'm playing against a 7-year-old girl and I'm just destroying her, right? She gets mad, she gets pissed. And I'm like, you said don't hold back. So I didn't. And then she was like, okay, hold back a little bit. I'm like, okay, fine. We're doing it your way. Listen, you guys need to understand, as a parent, I'm going to respect my 6'7", shut up. I'm going to respect, some of my child's wishes when it comes to that. If my child says to me, if we're playing Smash Bros, and 6-year-old Johnny comes, I don't know why I would name my kid Johnny. 6-year-old Johnny comes up to me and he's like, hey dad, I want you to try as hard as you can, okay? Show me how good you are. I'm going to show him how good I am. I'm going to be like, okay, here's the limit of what you're capable of. Not necessarily, I'm not saying I'm a god or anything, but this is what you're capable of doing if you just practice. I think that's good to show kids, and then if he wants me to hold back next time, I'll hold back.
Have to either jump off or wait for her, depending on what she says, except for when she's feeling generous and lets you go ahead, in which case she gets upset and asks you to come back. Good. Did you follow?
No. I feel like this is too much for this kid. I would absolutely be like, this is not how you play the game.
Are you having fun yet? You better be, because that's also mandatory. Punishment for no fun is eyeliner pencil to the eyeball. But admittedly, yes, that last rule, that is my rule.
Oh my gosh.
You will be a Fortnite slave and you will like it. Now, generally speaking, I use April O'Neil from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and she uses Hatsune Miku. And yes, of course, I got her the Hatsune Miku model, but that's actually because that's the one she just so happened to want when I was shopping for her. I know, she's pretty based, I know.
You let your kid like Hatsune Miku? I don't know.
It's my kid, what can I say?
I'm just kidding.
If either of us are forced to use a male avatar in any video game, she gets pretty upset, which makes me happy for some obvious reasons. One, playing a woman in a video game has been my gender crutch forever. But two, when I was her age, I already started to feel gender dysphoria, and I'm happy that she is happy with herself. So to some people, I'll never be a mom, and to some other people, I'll never be a dad.
Well, she was destined to be happy for her, she was destined to be happy with herself because you are her parent. You know what I mean? Obviously there are other factors at play, whether or not her friends would accept her if she were trans, or, other parents, or she would have or the medical system in whatever country she lives in. Obviously she would have issues, but the most important factor for the mental health of any trans child is their parents and family's acceptance of them. That is the single most, nothing beats that, because they know then, at least, even if everything else sucks, at least they have you. So that was destined, no matter whether or not her child was trans, her child would have been fine. You know what I mean? Like, more than likely. Because she's a good parent. She's a great parent, it sounds like. She sounds very invested in her child. A little cringe, but you know what? That's fine.
But you know what I
We
am?
forgive her.
A great mom. The most valuable thing
True.
I've learned from transitioning is this. Even if it seems impossible, you can still get the things you want in life. It just might not be the way you expected. I was determined that I'd never want to be a parent unless I could bear my own child, but I wouldn't trade this for the world, man. And if you think long and hard about what you want and you're feeling a little bit hopeless, I'm sure that what you think you want has a seed deep inside of it that is actually attainable, even if it seems impossible. And before some of you start writing hopeless comments, actually give yourself the benefit of thinking about it for a long time.
Oh, Miku invented Minecraft? That's pretty crazy. I didn't know that.
Because this is true for a lot of things in life. And with that said, there's a link down below from this video's sponsor, G-Subs, that'll send you free packets to your door, literally no cost if you haven't tried it yet. If you decide you like it, code
sponsored by
GenderFluid will save you
G-Subs?
10% off and support the channel directly. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.
That was pretty cool. Okay, I didn't have a whole lot to say about it, but you know, I thought that was okay. Hopefully that's a more positive message for all my trans audience members. You know, that it you know, even in these difficult times, it is still possible to thrive in many ways, and you know, we're just doing our best out here. So hopefully you enjoyed. I say we. When I say we, I'm not part of the trans community. Sorry, the trans people and their allies. We're doing our best. Hi, thanks so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. I just wanted to let you all know that I love and appreciate everybody in my community, whether you can support me financially or just by liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. It helps way more than you know. That being said, I do want to give a very special thanks to my tier 4 subs, which would be Space Timid and Hot Take Andy. And thanks so much to my monetary subscribers from any of the tiered subs, or anybody who gives me money in any form, including going to my Patreon shop, donating money to me directly. It all helps way more than you know. If you do decide to help me financially, you can get some really cool perks like early access to content, exclusive access to censored videos, also some really cool badges next to your name. Even if you can't afford a monetary subscription, just watching, sharing, and commenting on my content helps way more than you know. Thanks again, and I will see you all in the next video.